rallies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
Close the door with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three.
Line into left field for a base hit.
Hit in the air. That's going to be the second baseman. They have a chance for two, and they got him.
Run. The throw is in time for the out.
Lifted high into left field. Ball is way back, and that ball is way gone.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Here in Castleton, it's the final game of the day number 1 of the tournament here in Castleton between the 3-seed Northern Cass Jaguars and alongside with them the number 2 seed in the Kindred Vikings. Northern Cass picked up the win again in their contest against the Enderlin Eagles. They improved to 13-9 on the season, while for the Vikings, 11-5 on the year. This will be game number 17 on the season for them. And welcome to our pregame show. The winner of this game matches up with Central Cass tomorrow morning at 11, while the loser of this game will match up with the Oaks Tornadoes at 1:30. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back after this, get you ready for the starting lineups and the opening pitch as Scott and alongside Sam talking with our umpiring crew here today as they are going through the lineups. On the mound will be Trey Huzar for Northern Cass against Owen Hoyme for the Vikings. Back after this with more from Castleton.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
It's the most prestigious, challenging rewarding tour on dirt. The most wanted, baddest outlaws, and the most powerful late models on the planet. The world of outlaws, King's Late Models.
As we're here, is the cloud cover slowly making its way across from what we had earlier today. And about 6 hours ago, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. Now some clouds are making its way through, able to play through the shadows a little bit here in Castleton. I'm Chase Miller along Josh Boyko. Welcome to our abbreviated pregame show brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. And a reminder, the broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. Still to come tomorrow, more baseball here in Castleton. Baseball in Mayville for 4 games with the Region 2 baseball tournament. Preston DeVille and Joe Lancello will be on the call for you on that one. Josh will make his trek down I-29 with Jacob Berkemeyer for a little Region 1 softball with brunch and softball at 10 o'clock in the morning, as you'll have the 4-5 matchup with Hillsborough Central Valley and the Enderlin Eagles starting at 10 o'clock in Hankinson. We will get going again tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning. So if you're looking for spring sports, look no farther than YourLiveEvent.com and simply subscribe to our YouTube channel on Your Live Event as well. Pregame show again brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. Check out the World of Outlaw late models on June the 29th in Ada. Tickets now available at NormanCountyRaceway.com. That is NormanCountyRaceway.com. Chase Miller, Josh Boyko with you here as we get you set for the starting lineups. Kindred in the blue, Northern Cass in the black. Opening pitch here on the way by Owen Hoyme at 6:05. And our final game of the day is officially underway here in Castleton. Going back through a season ago in terms of what was able to come out with these respective clubs. Taking a look at the Vikings, made it all the way to the championship game before losing to those Central Cass Squirrels in the title here in Kindred. This one is a slow hopper. Spellhog comes across, flips it across the diamond, 5-3 on the putout, and there's one down. On the opposite side for Northern Cass, able to defeat Oaks and then eventually succumb to Kindred-Richland 6-5 in a 6-4 that is in the tournament last season. So O.C. Hoyland, Trey Huzar, Waitson, Clement, Hoppy, Mitchell, Westland, and Metzger here. The starting 9 in the outfield will be Hansen, but won't be hitting. First pitch on the way for Hoyme to Hoyland is in there for a strike at 0-1. Here's the offering on the way. This one missing out of the zone now, 1-1. McDonald in left with Swenson in center. Boloski in right. Endel at first. Traum at second. Wold at short. Spellhog at third. And Whipple behind the plate. This one is fisted. Tough play for Spellhog and Wold. Wold calls everybody off and nearly caught the ball on the left ear of Spellhog. And there's 2 down.
Yeah, tough play on the infield right there, as that's kind of a looper that had some twist on it heading towards the third base and left field foul line, but Wold able to make the call and catch.
Yeah, that was a really good-looking play, as you mentioned, by Wold there, as we'll have 2 down now, as this one goes to the backstop. As it'll be 1-0 to Trey Huzar. Trey Huzard, a really good game, able to get on base, sacrifice fly, a double, a single. Did a little bit of everything at the plate. Now he'll be on the mound here for the Jags. And a couple weeks ago, Josh, we got to see Trey Huzar against these Kindred Vikings in Kindred. 2-0 pitch is going to be hit on the ground foul.
Yeah, Huzar looked really good in that start, as he's that lefty ace material that every team would love to have pitching for their squad, so it's an advantage that they were able to save Huzar by going with Metzger in the previous game and now pitch their ace tonight.
These two didn't see each other the last time they met in terms of pitching against one another. Wold behind second base made that look easy at short. 6-3 on the putout, and that'll retire the Jags here in the top of the first inning. 3 up, 3 down. Hoyme with 1 inning of work, and the Vikings coming to the plate next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Dakota Heritage Bank, we know your schedules can get hectic, and you don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay, services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhbanknd.com or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
Bottom of the first inning we go, and hey fans, reminder, maybe you can double dip. You can watch us and then head to the races tonight over at the Red River Valley Speedway, or just mark Fridays nights. Races start at 7 at the Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo. Also, check out the World of Outlaws. It's 3 months from now, but as we all say, summer is gone in the blink of an eye, so get your tickets now. It's August the 24th as the World of Outlaws sprint cars come to West Fargo. For more information, go to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com. That, again, is RedRiverValleySpeedway.com. Part of our pregame show sponsors with them and the Norman County Raceway. Chase Miller, Josh Boyko with you here. 3 up, 3 down inning for Owen Hoyme. What can Mr. Lefty on the mound, Trey Huzar, go up against this Kindred lineup? And Josh, we were talking a little bit earlier. We got to see these respective clubs here in the couple weeks ago in Kindred. What impressed you most when you saw Trey Huzar go up against the Vikings a couple weeks ago?
Well, it's nice when you have a lefty on the mound, but it's also nice when you have a lefty with velocity on the mound. And Trey Huzar is both of those things right there. He's got a fireball for a fastball, but he's also got a wipeout breaking pitch. He's one of the top pitchers in this region right here, and it's going to be on full display tonight.
Without question. Kylan Swenson, the junior center fielder, batting leadoff here for the Vikings, followed by Boloski batting second. Wool third with Whipple batting cleanup. Spellhog fifth with Starcevic. That's Lucas, the designated hitter. Andy Trom, the senior second baseman, batting seventh. Here's the pitch from Huzar. That'll miss in on the corner. Now 1-0. Jack McDonald, the junior left fielder. Owen Hoyme on the bump, batting ninth. And then Carson Andel at first base here for the Vikings. This one in there for a strike at 1-1. Westland in left with Metzger in center. Hanson in right. We'll let you know the infield after this one. Here's the 1-1 offering to Swenson. Hit right back to Trey, who fields it nicely. Underhands it on the way to Clement, and there's one down here in the first. OC at second. Hoyland at third with Hoppy at third. That is Hoyland at short. And Wadeson, that's Carter, behind the plate. So one down quickly, and when you look on paper, this could be where runs are manufactured potentially. If you can get someone on with 0 or 1 outs, might be the old of stealing bases, bunting, hit and running against two pretty good pitchers on the mound for the Vikings and the Jags.
Yeah, we know that the Jags are definitely willing to play the small ball game from what we saw last game just an hour ago. But we also know that both of these teams are willing to do it because we saw it a couple weeks ago. Out in Kindred, we saw a suicide squeeze executed in that game, and both of these teams are prepared to do whatever it takes to win this game.
Trey Huzar gets his first strikeout. That's the first one. Boloski saw 3 pitches all in the zone, and now it's to Jack Wool to try to get something brewing here in the bottom of the first inning for the Vikings.
And this was that pitching matchup that we saw in one of those games out there in Kindred with Wold versus Huzar, and they meet each other as Wold with the third batter in the first inning.
This one will be out of the zone with Wold, the senior shortstop. Here will be 1-0 upcoming here to the senior shortstop. 2 down in the first. This is going to be hit on the ground to the shortstop, Hoyland. Hoyland comes across. That'll be 6-3 for the putout, and Huzar matches Hoyme, a 3-up, 3-down first on our Big North scoreboard as we head to the second on your liveevent.com.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Did you know that Bassett Motors has over 300 pre-owned vehicles to choose from and a great selection of new vehicles arriving daily? At Bassett Motors, hometown hospitality and personal service is their goal. Come and experience a relaxed buying process. They will handle everything from financing and licensing to accessorizing your new vehicle. Give them a call at 701-652-2955 or check them out online at BassettMotors.com. Bassett Motors, where our customers send their friends.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Scoreless on our Bank North scoreboard here on YourLiveEvent.com. Here in the top of the second inning, Wadeson, Clemmen, and Hoppy do appear for the Jags. 4, 5, and 6 batters against the righty Owen Hoyme. As this one misses in the dirt, it'll be 1-0. The Vikings and the Jags here on YourLiveEvent.com. Kindred-Richland and Northern Cass able to split earlier in the season in Kindred. A 5-1 win for the Jags and a 7-3 win in the nightcap for the Vikings. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Jammed him. Here is Wold at short. Wold gloves it in front of second base. Goes across the diamond to Andel. And so far, 2 really nice plays by the shortstop Wold to get back-to-back outs here in the infield.
That's a steady glove right there up the middle, and it's always nice to have someone you can count on at that shortstop position, the most important in the infield.
So 1 down here on our Bank North scoreboard with the second inning as Clemmen will come up to the plate. First pitch swinging. That one will go foul at 0-1. Yeah, with Hoyme and alongside with Huzar, these are 2 guys who can go the distance, and for both teams, they will by all means give them the opportunity to do so unless the game gets out of hand to potentially save an arm later, potentially in the tournament. As the pitch rules, again, 0 to 45, you don't have to rest. You can only have 3 appearances, though, so it is a little bit of, if you will, a chess match for the coaches at times, trying to find the best situation with the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, and Hoyme gets his first punch out of this Friday evening.
And Hoyme's done a nice job pitching to contact so far, but this time he's able to hit a corner on the outside third of the plate and send the batter packing.
So 2 down here, 5 up, 5 down so far. Nothing has really left the outfield, or the infield that is, as Wold took one from Spellhog with about a foot left on the dirt here in the infield so far against the Jags. Hoppy, the junior third baseman, batting 6th, able to score a run against the Eagles. This one is foul back. It'll be 1-2. Josh, what impressed you most about Northern Cass's win against Enderlin that you saw earlier here today?
Well, they did a good job controlling any type of damage that could have come against them in that second and third inning when Enderlin got some runners on base. But they only allowed 1 run. Metzger did a nice job working out of the couple jams that he did face, and then their offense just poured it on come the 4th inning.
This one is going to be laced right back up the middle. Good swing by Hoppy. He gets the first base runner on in the first hit of the contest. Here is the Jags with a 2-out single in the top of the second.
Yeah, these are a couple really good pitchers, so anytime you can scratch across a hit, even with 2 outs, and just make them work a little bit, it's definitely going to be valuable.
The wind, as it has them, maybe not blowing in directly from left field, but maybe a little more left to right here in Castleton. It will be the final year playing on all natural grass, as they will turf this puppy up later this summer here in Castleton. And then from there, football is turf, softball is turf, and baseball is turf. 1-0 on the way. Colin Mitchell, the designated hitter, Andelholm, the runner, and Hoppy on at first. And by all means, with 2 outs, you will try to get a runner in scoring position. Whipple is behind the plate, but would not be at all surprised with Sam Johnson and the Jags possibly doing a hit and run or seeing if he can get a straight steal, where another base knock by Mitchell would bring Hoppy in to score.
We've seen that first pitch, too.
Hoyme looks back the runner. There goes the runner. This one swung on. It is a hit and run. A tough ball that goes down the third base line, but does just go foul. Spellhog did a good job knowing that you're probably not going to throw out Mitchell with where that one was hit, Josh. So once that one went across the white line into foul territory, saw the glove and batted it away to have Brent Brinson call that a foul ball.
Yeah, smart play there up the third baseline. You're not throwing out Mitchell at that point. So, as I mentioned before, that can be the difference between some of these higher seeds and lower seeds, just defensive IQ. He sees that's going to go foul, and he's going to let it go foul and pick it up immediately once it does.
2 down here. Hoppy at first. He did go. It was a hit-and-run opportunity. Takes a bigger lead this time. Gonna pitch back. Here it is, and he's out. Patted air calls him out over at first base. The umpire here. And that secondary lead by Hoppy got just a little bit too much. Hoyme to Andel, who applies the tag, and that'll retire the side. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. An inning and a half complete in what's a defensive baseball game so far here on your liveevent.com.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Region 1 baseball here today on our Bank North scoreboard. It's scoreless on your liveevent.com. I'd like to thank Dakota Heritage Bank with our pregame and postgame interviews. Don't necessarily get all to the pregame interviews with a quick turnaround, but we definitely get to those postgame interviews with a winning player so far here today. We heard from Mr. Metzger just moments ago or minutes ago now. Our interview is brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhbanknd.com. Chase Miller, Josh Boyko with you here. Whipple, Spellhog, and Starcevic, 4, 5, and 6 batters in the bottom of the second inning as Huzar winds and delivers for a strike to Whipple. And really good location there for Trey. If you have any pitcher, lefty or righty, and you are living on the bottom of the zone as a hitter, you're not going to be able to do much with it as he winds and delivers a fastball swung on a miss, now 0-2.
You don't have to just always change pitch selection, but pitch location right there. We see him go down and in, then we see him elevate away.
The 0-2 offering is going to be lashed to right field, and that's a CNI single on the way for Bryce. So the senior catcher gets a base knock here, down to 0-2 in the count. Didn't do much with that outer part of the plate, stayed behind the baseball, lashed one into right, and Northern Cass will see the Vikings for the first time today have a runner on board.
It's an absolutely impossible pitch to pull right there, so he does a nice job going the other way with it, not trying to do too much. 0-2, you can't really do a whole lot against Huzar, but he's able to fight that one off into right field for a base hit.
As Hess will come on in courtesy run here for Whipple at first base now. So for the Vikings, and as we said earlier with Sam Johnson, the small ball variety, the Vikings and Scott Milbrand all more accustomed to doing the same thing when the opportunity presents itself, and you don't see too many times, Josh, whether it's high school, college, or anything between, a 4 or 5 batter possibly looking to put down the bump, but Spellhog was trying to. They're understanding the situation of the game already with these two pitchers.
Yeah, I mean, these are two great pitchers on the mound, so anything you can get going against them is really important. And with Huzar, it's an interesting case because he's a lefty, so it might be a little bit tougher to swipe a bag on him, so a bunt might be the way to go.
Eric Olson, our third base umpire, Pat Adair at first. Brent Engelbretson calling balls and strikes. Here's the 0-2 from Huzar. Swung on a miss, and Trey gets the strikeout. Second punch out of the evening. One down here as Starcevic, the freshman, comes up to the plate.
That was nice use of the slide step right there. Not wasting any time getting into the plate. Just zero chance for someone to run on that. But he also delivered a strike on the outside corner.
So one down here as the Jags playing Starcevic with Metzger a little bit more into right center. Here's the pick to first. Not going to matter anyway as Hess gets back. But right now with how they're playing, Starcevic more to push the ball into center or right center as left center is wide open in its own zip code right now. And Huzar misses on the outer part of the plate. Well, the thing is, Josh, sometimes you shade players around, but it really comes down to the pitcher to hit the zone and where you're trying to, in this situation, probably go a little bit to the outer part of the plate. And if the ball's going to be hit, get it hit to where your defense is. 1-0 is popped up and foul.
Yeah, definitely. If you're trying to shift someone to the pull side, you want to hit that inside part of the plate. They're shading him a little bit towards that right center field gap, leaving a wide gap in left center. So you probably don't want to give him something middle in.
1 ball, 1 strike on the way to Starcevic here. So far, Hess with the lone base knock for the Vikings as he will slide back safely into first with a head first slide. 1 ball, 1 strike still upcoming. Northern Cass, no runs in the first and the second. Vikings, it was a 3-up, 3-down bottom half of the first. We'll see what they can do here in the second. Huzar with a 1-1. That'll miss out of the zone now at 2-1. Winner this game. Quick turnaround, maybe a little bit of an ice bath, then you get ready for baseball tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning. The 2-1 offering upcoming. That'll miss out of the zone here by Trey as well. Our first 3-ball count. That was our first 2-ball, and now our first 3-ball count to a Viking batter. Ossian Hoyland will love an opportunity to have something on the ground and see if he can turn 2. Hess takes his lead. The 3-1, that'll miss outside a 5-pitch walk here for Starcevic. And the Vikings will take it now with runners at first and second and just 1 down as Andy Traum, the senior second baseman, will come up. The story of this particular day so far, Josh, is minimizing the damage that's been on the base pass. And then on the opposite side, it's been seeing really good pitchers, whether it was Doctor in Game 1, whether it was Parker with a no-hitter through 5 in Game 2, and then seeing what Metzger did for Northern Cass in Game 3.
Yeah, we've seen a few really good pitching performances here today. With that one with Parker, that was just a tremendous performance right there for the Central Cass victory. And I expect that we see 2 really good ones here from these 2 starting pitchers.
As this one is fouled, they'll be well out of play as Clement giving chase. That means the fan will have to go after that foul ball and retrieve it back to the dugout here. That will be 1 ball and 1 strike. And Trey Huzar and Owen Hoyme have shown throughout their careers with the Vikings and the Jags that they can go deep into contests and pitch a complete game. The 1-1, this one is going to get in the dirt, unable to be blocked by Wadeson, so everybody scampers up 90 feet, and all of a sudden now the Vikings with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, this is really the first threat that Huzar is facing this evening, so we'll see how he's able to handle it. Needs to bear down and get a strikeout here, ideally, if he's going to keep those runners at second and third.
As the infield comes all in on the grass here, here's the 2-1 offering. This will miss inside. It's now 3-1. So after a ground out by Swenson in the first, Boloski was struck out looking, and then a ground out as well to Hoyland at short to finish this side. We've seen Kindred do a good job working the count here as this one is going to miss and the bases are full of Vikings. So Traum will take his second free pass, and it's been all small ball variety. A single, a walk, and a walk has loaded the bases here at the 1 out of Sam Johnson. Going to take a quick little pause here on yourliveevent.com. We'll break with them here in Kindred.
Central Cass Schools' mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
So Sam Johnson will talk it over again with the runner at third base in Hess. You have Starcevic at second, and Andy Traum stands at first. A reminder, we will have the Region 1 softball tournament tomorrow here on yourliveevent.com with both the Vikings, with Sam Brandt, and alongside with the Northern Cass Jags, able to make their way down to Hankinson as it'll get underway at 10 o'clock in the morning. Enderlin HCV, followed by Hankinson against Northern Cass at noon. Central Cass is the 1 seed and the Vikings are the 4 seed. The Vikings will play at 4 tomorrow, and Hankinson, the Squirrels, will play at 2. So this one will be in the dirt with Jack McDonald. And so far for Huzar here in the second inning, haven't seen him pound the strike zone like we did in the first inning here in Castleton. The 1-0 offering. That one does split the plate for a strike at 1-1. McDonald, the junior left fielder, the 8th batter in the lineup here for the Vikings.
Yeah, Huzar struggling a little bit with his command here in the second inning. He's given up a couple of walks. Really tough to hit off of him, so we'll see if he's able to rein in the control and get out of this jam. 2
balls, 1 strike, infield again playing in. They'll cut off the run at home, and that's Hess at third base. Outfield, for the most part, playing a little straight away. Westland a little more towards left center, and Metzger a little bit more towards right center. As this one is in the dirt, and if you're the Vikings right now, hey, you're going to wait till Trey Huzar puts back-to-back strikes across the zone before you probably swing the bat, knowing what kind of stuff he has.
Yeah, definitely has great stuff, but he's not able to locate it right now. He's the ball away from walking in a run.
3-1, excuse me, swing if you're McDonald. Kind of almost a check swing to see where your golf swing's going to be, but then he kind of went through it a little bit. So Huzar, 1 strike away from getting the punch out. The 3-2, this is smoke to left field. That's going to be a base knock. Hess comes in to score. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Westland gets the ball in, but what a big knock by the junior. Jack McDonald delivers the goods for an RBI single.
Yeah, that's a huge hit right there. Kind of have a really good pitcher on the ropes. He delivers a strike on a one that it looked like he was thinking about taking all the way, but then he had a strike down the middle, a little bit of a half swing. But this one was the A swing right there that knocks a single to left and moves everyone up 90 feet. Still bases loaded.
Bottom of the inning doing some damage here against Huzar. Owen Hoyme a chance to help his own cause, batting 9th here for the Vikings. So you have the runner at third base in Starcevic. Andy Trom stands at second, and McDonald stands at first after Hess comes in to score, thanks in part to a leadoff single, going back to that 0-2 count with Bryce Whipple to get on base. This is going to be hit in the air to left. Westland going to camp underneath it. It's a quick line drive. Here's the throw coming back in, and it's going to be a sacrifice fly all the way for Hoyme. Starcevic comes in to score. It's now 2-0 Vikings. Starcevic able to see when that one came down on our Bank North scoreboard. So now there's runners at first and second with 2 down as Swenson comes up to the plate. As now the sacrifice fly there by Hoyme, able to bring the runner in. It goes back to the top of the lineup. This is going to be hit in the air right to Metzger in center, and center comes on to retire the side. But the Vikings able to plate 2 runs across on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 on base. A new score on our Bank North scoreboard. It's Kindred 2, Northern Cast scoreless here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Here at Dakota Heritage Bank in Red Lake Falls, we pride ourselves on serving you with experienced, friendly bankers who make all decisions locally. Our bankers are available to help you with any of your financial needs. We offer a variety of deposit products from checking accounts to IRAs. Our quick local decisions allow you to borrow money and make your purchases today. Stop in or call one of our local friendly bankers today at 218-253-2265. Member FDIC.
Emery Visto's Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Make sure you check out their garden center with all new grills, smokers, and griddles. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their Ariat and Cinch clothing section, along with Ariat and Twisted X footwear. At Emery Visto's Implement, anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
Region 1 Baseball Tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Josh Boyko as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Owen Hoyme so far, 2 innings of work, 1 hit and a strikeout. He got Hoppy caught stealing to finish. He caught him out on the tag at first to finish the top of the 2nd inning, and the Vikings carried that momentum a little bit with their bats then in the bottom half of the 2nd to get the 2 runs across. So Mitchell, Westland, and Metzger, 7, 8, and 9 batters due up now here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Hit on the ground goes right back to Hoyme. 1 pitch, 1 out. You'll take it if you're a Viking. And there's 1 down here in the top of the 3rd. We've seen both Trey Huzar and Hoyme do a nice job fielding their respective positions with 1 down now here in the 3rd inning as Carter Westland, the left fielder, will be coming up to the plate. And Hoyme right now, the question is 2 runs enough here? As this one is going to be muscled to shortstop. Wool takes that 4-hopper, comes across Trom with the stretch, and 2 pitches and 2 down. Here's the Jags maybe trying to ambush Hoyme a little bit in this 3rd inning. Instead, it results in 2 outs.
Yeah, there was some decent contact on those, but it just not barreled up, and that's because of some good location on the first pitches in the at-bats.
5 ground outs so far for Northern Cass against Hoyme. This one will be in there for a strike to Metzger. Metzger, our RDK Enterprises feature kind of precision player of the game against the Enderlin Eagles. Mr. Do Everything at the plate, on the mound for the Jags. Now it's no balls and 2 strikes. Here's Hoyme looking for a tidy top of the 3rd. Here's the 0-2. This will be out of the zone. Now 1-2. Whipple behind home plate for the Vikings. But Hoyme in a great area in terms of the pitch count right now with those 2 quick outs here in the 3rd. Jags trying to see if they can get a little 2-out rally going and try to maybe disrupt Hoyme a little bit on the bump as the Shadows are making their way from the tree line into right. The 2-2. Miss out of the zone. So after falling behind 0-2, Metzger with 3 consecutive balls. Able to get a 3-2 offering upcoming on the way from the righty Hoyme. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This is going to be foul back, and this is going to be the longest at-bat by a Northern Cass batter against Hoyme so far here tonight.
Yeah, Metzger's done a nice job fighting back in this count because he's been getting some pitches that maybe you would nibble at and offer.
Hoyme hits one on the ground here from Metzger, that is, on the pitch by Hoyme. Trom to Ando, 4-3 on the putout, and for the first time through the lineup, the Jags with 6 grounders here against Owen Hoyme. A 3-up, 3-down inning as we head to the bottom of the 3rd here on your liveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Bottom of the 3rd inning here on yourliveevent.com. On our Bank North scoreboard, they take community to heart, helping customers achieve their financial goals while supporting and improving the great rural communities that they serve. They're more than just a bank. They're a community partner you can always count on. It's values-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and check out their location in and around the Northern Cass School District, as well as serving that Hunter Arthur communities. Chase Miller, Josh Boyko here with you in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Josh, I guess what's impressed you most so far as we kind of get to this midway point of this Region 1 contest?
The batters have been pretty disciplined. These are some guys that could have some swing and miss stuff out there on the mound, but they've been putting the bat to the ball, and whether it's barreled or not, they're not striking out, and that's kind of been the goal of a lot of teams that they've stated that's their goal, but these teams are executing it right now.
Molosky with a strikeout looking his last time up, falls behind the count, 0-1. The off-speed pitch, well, he fouls one to the first base dugout, fouls one up the third base dugout, and we'll see what pitch number 3 has it with Trey Huzar. So no balls, 2 strikes. If you lose this game, you still have a chance to get to that region championship, but some more work to do in front of you. While if you win this game, very reminiscent like Central Cass, you put yourself in the driver's seat in the semifinals tomorrow, where potentially 1 game and you're into the championship. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way here to Stanley. This one is hit to right. The first baseman, Clement, comes on, drops it once or twice, and that gives enough, allowing the runner in Bolosky if it was probably a clean glove there by Clement, it would have been still a bang-bang play with Azar covering first base, but I think there would have been a step in front to get the runner instead. Belowski will reach here via the air and making his way to first base here with back-to-back innings for the Vikings with their leadoff runner on.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Chase, right there. Like, these guys are putting the ball in play. That's not a A-grade swing. It's a protective swing on a pitch off the plate, but you get barrel to ball, and you're able to get on base because you're able to put something in play at least.
And speaking of barrel to ball, that one went foul off of Wold as he was looking to bunt. You have Hoppy at third base already in on the grass. Hoyland covering second. OC would then cover first with the hard charge of Clement in at first. Now falling behind 0-1, Jack Wold finished off the first inning with a ground out to the shortstop, Hoyland. Here's the 0-1 offering. Wold looking to bunt. A perfectly executed bunt, able to move the runner over. So a sacrifice bunt. Belowski will get into scoring position, and there's one down now in the third.
Yeah, well executed, as you said right there. He was able to get more towards the line. There are some bunts we've seen today that are more directed back at the pitcher, but he's able to pull this one up the line, keep it fair, and advance the man.
I'd also like to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here, but also thanks in part to the Region 1 schools here when it comes to baseball, as this one is foul back for allowing your live event to come in and broadcast these games, particularly those by the name of Travis Lamar here in Central Cass, who had to do the work in terms of working with Coach Dustin Maggio and that crew, getting the diamond dust on the field earlier today. I'd like to thank the Brent Wolfs alongside with them and the Calvin Crafts of the world as well. Here's the 0-1 offering, as this one will miss in the dirt. Obviously, the two ADs that represent these schools with Bryce Laxdal at Northern Cass and Brad Ambrosius in his first year with the Kindred Vikings. So a lot of people to thank when it comes to allowing us to come into their respective school districts, towns, and communities, as this one is in their fourth strike at 1-2. The question is for these ADs, how much more work do they got before it's the summer, Josh? I mean, you still got spring sports with golf, with obviously baseball, softball, track and field, as that's a strike three on the outer part of the plate. Huzar gets the strikeout, his third of the contest. But again, thanks to all the ADs that allow us to come through their respective towns and communities throughout, whether it's the football, fall season, whether it's the winter season, or here in the spring. This is going to be hit, and that's under Hoppy's glove. Westland comes in rounding third. On his way to score is going to be Belowski. Here's the throw. It's up the first base line. It's a two-out RBI single for the senior, Grant Spellhog, and it's now 3-0 Vikings.
Yeah, Kindred just looks so locked in at the plate right now, and not everyone has been able to put their A-grade swing on it, but they're reaching base by just putting the ball in play, and that was one of the better swings that we've seen right there. Hard single, hard contact off of a tough pitcher.
Pick play on the way to Spellhog. He'll get back in there safely, and now all of a sudden, how big is the air? How big is the executed bump by Wold? It goes back to that small ball variety there, Josh, manufacturing a run against a quality pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. They're able to add insurance runs because of executing that well and just putting the ball in play, playing their game is how I'm guessing Scott Milbrandt would say it.
It's a 3-up, 3-down first. There were 7 batters to the plate in the second, and so far 5 here in the third, as this one misses out of the zone, now 1-1. Andy Traum is due up next if the Vikings can continue to move the line here with some 2-out base running, base knock, or something in between. Here's the 1-1 offering. Swung on and missed, now 1-2. Well, for the Jags, they will go through this second time against Owen Hoyme, and we'll see the old baseball analytic pundits out there, second time through, seeing if it can be to the Jags' advantage. Here's the 1-2 offering. This one, excuse me, little swing up, filleted to shortstop. Hoyland takes it 6 unassisted to retire the side. There was a run on a hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. So he played 3 complete with a new score here in Castleton on our Bank North scoreboard. The Vikings lead it by 3.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Top of the fourth inning, we go here in Castleton. O.C., Hoyland, and Huzar going up against Owen Hoyme. 3 innings of work for Hoyme so far. 1 hit, that was Hoppy back in the second. 1 strikeout and 0 walks the first time through the lineup. So very productive from the man on the hill here in Hoyme for the first 9 outs. This one jammed. Spellhog comes in at third, gloves it. There's the cannon of an arm over to first to handle 5-3. On the putout. So Spellhog gets the RBI, and, well, what do you do in the field? You normally hear you make a spectacular play in the field, then you come up the next half inning. Well, he delivered the 2-out base knock and gets the first out here in the top of the fourth.
And I don't think Scott Milbrandt really minds which order it comes in as long as both of those things are happening.
Chris Hoyland will dig in now, the lefty, 0 for 1 today with a pop out to Wold, who took it away from Spellhog as they nearly collided in the first inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike at 1-1. McDonald in left with Swenson out in center and Belaski out in right here for the Vikings. They haven't had to work too much because a lot of stuff has been on the ground here with Hoyme. Spellhog at third, as we mentioned. Wold at short. Trom at second. Handle behind the plate and Whipple behind the plate and Handle at first.
Yeah, that's kind of the calling card for Hoyme on the mound. He's going to induce that weak contact and keep his infield busy.
2-1 outer part of the plate, and that'll miss. Now at 3-2, it tailed a little bit out. 3-1 offering here. We'll see what Hoyland does in a hitter's count. 3-1 is going to be grounded to Wold. Wold fields this one on about a 4-hopper, and I tell you what, the difference so far has been the play of the Wolds, the Spellhogs today. Josh, just seeing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outs have either been via the Wold or Spellhog ground out here today.
Yeah, I mean, they're just flawlessly fielding their positions right now, and it's really a sight to see right now what Wold is able to do at short.
Trey Huzar will come up now. This one will miss low for a ball at 1-0. As Owen Hoyme looking for another 3-up, 3-down inning.
It's really easy to take a good shortstop for granted, as the Twins got one right now, and for years it was kind of a sketchy position. But then you plug someone in there like Carlos Correa, and you just kind of everything looks easy, kind of like how Buxton could make something in center look routine that's not. That's the same thing with Correa. Same thing that Wold is doing right now for Kindred.
And in this region, there's a lot of really good shortstops with their particular teams. We saw earlier today for Oak Grove, for example, going up against Oaks with Trainer, who made some nice playing fields. A ring for Fargo, Oak Grove, Central Cass, obviously, with Mitchell. Here's the 3-1 offering. That'll miss for a ball, so Trey Huzar will take the walk here. That'll be the first free pass with Hoyme, and there's 2 down with a runner on first. Carter Wadeson will come up, and then, as we alluded to earlier, talking about shortstops, we just seem to see a lot of pretty good ones here today just in Region 1, Josh.
Yeah, definitely a lot of talented players that come through Region 1 here, and we've seen some really solid defensive plays throughout the day. We've seen some in the outfield as well.
As Huzar will take his lead off of first. Hoyme hasn't had to contend with anybody at first outside of one time where he picked off the runners. He pumps a fastball in for a strike. That was Matthew Hoppy. Got on board with a 2-out single. Then on the 4th pitch of the at-bat, then on the 3rd pitch of the at-bat to Colin Mitchell, he got caught stealing. Hoyme was able to throw an absolute perfect pickoff play to first to Andel to apply the tag. The 0-1 Huszar is going to go. This on a hit and run, jammed him. This potentially could be in play, but that'll go over the first base dugout for a strike. It's now 0-2. So 2 down here, and the Jags just trying to find any way to get a runner in scoring position, but also see if he can get the outfielders into the game in Swenson and McDonald and Boloski and see if he can have them run a while. Well, Hoyme a strike away from getting the bats up to the plate in the bottom half of the fourth. Here's the 0-2 offering on the way from Hoyme. Fastball out of the zone, now 1-2. Batter number 4 in the fourth. Clement due up next if Wadeson can find a way to get on base. As Carter will dig on in here. And then tomorrow is really the moving day, if you will, where we will start with 6 teams and 3 teams will get eliminated. The 1-2 breaking ball to Spellhog off of his glove. Wadeson, well, he's going to get on base via the air. As we were just alluding to there, the third baseman and shortstop giving them kudos as Spellhog just came through a little bit and almost looked like it came on the heel a little bit there, Josh. And just enough of the heel there as we'll get a courtesy runner coming on at first base.
Yeah, the hot corner right there, that's definitely a candidate where you could get a ball that bounces on the final bounce just a little bit higher than you're anticipating, and that can cause that to go off the heel of the glove. But he just eats this one. He doesn't throw it away. So as long as Hoyme can come back with one more good at bat, no harm, no foul.
Well, if you're Northern Cass, you bring the tying run to the plate, named by Sam Clement, as Carter Wadeson will get courtesy run for with Itzo here, Isaac the freshman, and the second and at second will be Trey Huszar. So can the Jags keep the line moving with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth as Hoyme looks back Huszar and delivers a strike as Whipple came out to make sure they had everything with the signs correct, because this is the first time today Northern Cass has had a runner in scoring position. So we're at the middle point of this Region 1 contest. Winner advances to the semis tomorrow morning. The 0-1 offering swung on and missed. It'll be 0-2 on the opposite side. You lose this game, you head to a loser-out game against the Tornadoes at 1:30 scheduled time tomorrow. 0-2 pitch on the way to Clement, the junior first baseman. Hoyme looks back the runner at second. The 0-2, this one is going to be hit foul, and we'll do it all over again. So the second time through, we are seeing a little bit better, if you want to say longer at-bats against Hoyme with some foul balls, maybe what we saw the first time around.
Yeah, making him work just a little bit more, but Hoyme still was able to be in control after that error at third base in the last at-bat. He's able to get ahead 0-2.
Hoyme works from the stretch. 0-2 pitch off speed. This one gets hit to left. McDonald comes on into the gap and does a good job there in left center field. That ball hung up just enough for the out as Clement is retired here in the fourth. There was no runs off, no hits, an error, and 2 runners left on base. 3.5 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. The Vikings lead it by 3.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
As we get to our update, in-game update, brought to you in part by our friends at the Red River Valley Fair. Here is the box score so far for Northern Cass. No runs off of just 1 hit. they have left 2 runners on, have committed 1 error, while for the Kindred Vikings, 3 runs across on 3 hits. They've committed 1 error with 3 runners left on base. That is our in-game update, brought to you in part by the Red River Valley Fair. Tons of free activities. You can check out the YourLiveEvent.com free concert stage, brought to you in part by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting. There's a kid zones to hot diggity dogs to also Josh's favorite, Ludacris, coming to the Red River Valley Fair, as this one is hit to Huzar for the putout. Andy Traum is retired 1-3 on 1 out. That and more all upcoming at RedRiverValleyFair.com. That's RedRiverValleyFair.com. Also, it's a 3-weekend format, June the 28th through the 30th, July the 4th through the 7th, and July the 11th through the 14th. So something a little different this year. Instead of 10 straight days of summer fun, now you get 3 weekends of summer fun at the Red River Valley Fair. As Sam Johnson's going to come out here to make sure everything is good after the throw by Trey Huzar. Huzar kind of showing his wrist a little bit to Sam.
Ball up the middle deflected off of Huzar before he was able to make the throw out. So just gonna check on him, a medical timeout here.
As they will take a look, and Brent Engelbrenson comes on to make sure everything looks to be all right and gives Trey a little bit extra time. The big thing is it was his right hand, not his left, so it was not the pitching hand, if you have to say, well, if there's a wrist where you got to get a little nicked up, albeit it is your glove, but if you're able to get that a little above the wrist and maybe just kind of have to wear a black and blue spot for the next couple of days, Josh, you'll take it.
Yeah, and I think Trey's he's a tough guy. He's going to hang in there for this one. But how do you know Ludacris is my favorite? That's what I want to know.
Here's the 1-0 offering on the way to McDonald. This one is going to be hit in the air. That's to short left center field. Metzger calls Westland off and gets the out. So 2 pitches and another out here. 2 down now as Owen Hoyme comes up to the plate. Yeah.
A good settle down inning so far here for Huzar. He's had to labor a little bit through innings 2 and 3, but a couple quick outs here in the 4th.
I could ask you what's your top 3 at Red River Valley Fair. I mean, I personally will enjoy Sublime coming. Google Doll's always fun. You can get some laughs with Fluffy Iglesias, Gabriel coming to town. Also got Breaking Benjamin with some of the Disney princesses will be making their way to the stage. This one now is 1-1. Maybe you're more of a Skillet hairball kind of a fan, Josh?
I'll listen to some Skillet for
right,
sure.
There we go.
That might be on the pump-up playlist.
Here's the 1-1 offering. This one off the glove of Huzar to short to Hoyland. Hoyland does a good job firing across the diamond for the 1-2-3 inning. First 3-up, 3-down inning for Trey Huzar since the first. As we head to the top of the 5th inning here, it's still 3-0 on YourLiveEvent.com.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on Your Live Event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 3rd and 4th.
Closey with the 0-2 pitch.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 10th and 11th.
Right corner West is there for the dig. Backs at Bogenry for another kill.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 15th and 16th.
Really nice quality second half. Goes off the backboard for the duck to Carson Yale.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back. With an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill, you'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
To the top of the 5th inning we go. If you're working on your summer tan, today is a perfect day at the ballpark to do that before you get out to the lake season. Some of the graduation open houses, some already schools in full summer break mode. Others will be a little bit more next week. Chase Miller, Josh Boyko with you here. Josh, any big summer plans upcoming this next couple months in June, July, and August?
Well, got a grad party in the family next week, so we're going to be doing that this next weekend, yeah.
The big thing, 1919 root beer, for a keg. Is it a taco bar? That's always the big thing when it comes to grad parties, as the Owen offering to Hoppy misses outside.
I can confirm that root beer will definitely be making an appearance. I can't confirm, though, that cornhole or spike ball will be there, the two official.
As this one is going to be hit Boloski and Trom. Trom gives way to Boloski in right field for the out, and there's, well, now that's a particular fun event. Spike ball has really caught on to a lot of places now, as there's one down here in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, and I remember back during my grad parties, it was spike ball and cornhole that were the two just like state grad party official games in the backyard.
Mitchell fouls this one back. It'll be 0-1. Those are always some of the things you talk about when it comes to open houses. Not that that's the reason why you go to an open house is to feast, but some places you let's be honest, you do feast. Here's the 0-1 popped up. Whipple. And then Whipple just didn't see it right out of the batter's box, so Hoyme gave a full-out sprint and chase off the mound and nearly got there, Josh.
Yeah, that was good effort right there from the pitcher getting off the mound, and Hoyme almost ended up laying out for that one, traveling the distance of the mound and then some into foul territory, whereas Whipple just didn't have an eye on it.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here to the number 7 batter in the lineup for the Jags, who are trying to find a way to break the puzzle that is Owen Hoyme. Their best chance was the last inning, albeit with 2 outs, with runners at first and second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This is going to be hit a short little flare to right. Trom times it perfectly for the out. And on a soft little line, there's 2 down here in the 5th inning.
Hoyme has just looked in complete control throughout this one. He's been in the strike zone, and he's not been taxing his arm by putting on those free passes, and the defense has been fantastic behind him.
Bottom of the 5th here for the Jags, where outs are starting to become a little less, as if the score stays true, they would just be down to their final 7 outs. Vikings, 2 runs in the second, 1 run in the third. That has been the difference so far. Here's the 1-0 offering on the way to Westland. That'll miss outside for a ball. Now it'll be 2. We've seen Carter play a good left field, though, so far here today. Josh getting the ball back in quickly, has a pretty good arm if you're going to run on the man. Here's the 2-0 offering from Hoyme. That'll miss out of the zone. Now 3-0.
It's really the first hiccup in the control that we've seen in a while from Hoyme as he falls behind 3-0 with 2 outs, but he's got a quick first 2 outs, and both of these pitchers been getting some strikes over.
Here's the 3-0 offering on the way. That'll be in there for a strike at 3-1. McDonald with the RBI single in the second. Sacrifice fly by Hoyme later on in the second made it 2-0. Then a Spellhog 2-out RBI single in the third made it 3-0, and that's where we are so far, as this fastball will run up and in. That'll be a walk. The second free pass for Hoyme on the bump. And now it goes to Metzger, then back to the top of the lineup here. And the Jags would like to say back to the lineup at least another time after what we'll say it, whether it's later in this inning or the 6th, because that means runners bare minimum are getting on base, Josh, and probably some runs are coming in.
Yeah, you definitely want to try to flip this back to the top of the lineup right here and get those guys at bats with runners in scoring position, albeit 2 outs.
And all of a sudden for Hoyme, now has been a little more erratic here in the bottom half of the 5th inning with Westland and now with Metzger. So he gets the baseball back from Whipple, takes an extra collective breath, gets back on the mound. Metzger 0 for 1 today with a grounder to Trom to finish the 3rd inning. The 1-0 pitch. Well, that'll miss inside now at 2. And on a baseball game that's 56 minutes young or 56 minutes old, however you like to look at it here in the bottom of the 5th, or the top of the 5th inning, that is.
I'd call this one a young game right now because it's been moving along.
Speaking of moving along, here goes the runner down to second. Not in time. Westland able to get to second base, so he will take the run into scoring position. It'll now be 2-1. And for the Jags, back-to-back innings where they get a runner in scoring position as Metzger works with a hitter's count.
Metzger was a huge reason why they were able to win in their first game today, but we'll see if he's able to put across a run to help him in game 2.
The 2-1 offering will miss out of the zone now, 3-1, and even if Metzger just finds a way to get on board, and you get back to the top of the lineup with Osi due up next. Jags trying to claw their way back here in the top of the 5th. Hoyme looks back the runner. The 3-1, that'll miss in the zone, and back-to-back batters via the 5-pitch walk now. And all of a sudden it goes back to the top of the lineup as Whipple We'll take a quick break, and for Scott Milbrandt, he will come on and talk to the infield. We'll let you know more about it next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
So Scott Milbrandt comes on and just allows Owen Hoyme to kind of collect himself here. Also talk about if there's any play on by Northern Cass, where you go with the baseball here as the tie and run for the second consecutive inning for Northern Cass comes to the plate, albeit with 2 outs. And this one in there for a strike at 0-1.
Yeah, this is the biggest at bat of the game for Northern Cass right now. They flip it over to the top of the lineup. They got Osi at the plate right now with a runner in scoring position. He is the tie and run in the batter's box right now.
The 0-1 pitch. This one in at the knee for a strike at 0-2. Osi with 2 groundouts, both to the third baseman Spellhog. Now we'll have to fight off Hoyme here with a runner at second and Westland, and Metzger stands at first. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on here in the top of the 5th inning. 0-2, an excuse me little hit that goes to Spellhog. Spellhog fields it, fires across the diamond in time to handle to retire the side. That'll be 5-3 yet again on the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, it's a 3-0 lead for the Vikings.
Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Your local Castleton agents, Scott Kramer and Tyler Wasleen, wish the Squirrels the best of luck this postseason.
High school baseball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Nice looking crowd that's made their way to Castleton, and then some of these fans might have to be torn a little bit, making their way to Hankinson and then Castleton here upcoming tomorrow on YourLiveEvent.com with the Region 1 softball tournament. Our coverage begins at 10 o'clock in the morning in Hankinson. Our coverage here tomorrow begins at 11 o'clock in the morning. If you're a fan of baseball and softball, YourLiveEvent.com is the home over the next couple of days, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, barring the weather that we get some games maybe even into Wednesday throughout Region 1, Region 2, Region 3 in baseball, Region 1, Region 2, then EDC in softball. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, top half of the lineup here for the Vikings, and Swenson, Boloski, and Wold coming on. Trey Huzar, 4 innings of work so far, 3 hits, 3 runs against, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. This one is going to be hit to right field. Clemens will go into short right for the pop-out, and there is one down here in the 5th inning. Stay with us once we get to our Petro Stopping Center post-game show. Petro Stopping Center just off of 45th Street and I-94 in Fargo. Let them roll out the red carpet treatment and get ready for the upcoming summer season with their gear. Also, they got you covered for any knickknacks that you're looking for, and also some really good food options, all at the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. This one will be in the dirt now. 0-1. Boloski reached base on the 3rd inning via the air by Clemens and then came in to score, and that's a large insurance run right now with how these pitchers are going. Azar with the 1-0. That'll miss out of the zone. It now will be 2-0. So for the most runs in a particular ball game, 18 for Central Cass here in the Region 1 tournament. The 2-0 pitch is going to be skied, and Clement will get another opportunity. This will be in foul territory, but it still results in an out, 2 pop-outs to the first baseman, and there's 2 down here in the 5th. That's been the difference so far, Josh. Just a single, a walk, a single, a sac fly back in the 2nd inning, as they did that pretty much all in consecutive order outside of 1 strikeout with Spellhog. But then that error in the small ball variety with the bump by Wold, his last time up with a sacrifice and a 2-out knock by Spellhog. That's been the difference maker so far on our Bank North scoreboard.
Yeah, just one tiny defensive lapse, a little bit of well-executed small ball gets you out in front, and it's been the defense and pitching for Kindred that has kept them in the lead.
Here's the 0-1 pitch that'll miss. Now it'll be 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. If you lose this game, then there is a lot of work to do in front of you. You must win tomorrow twice, and you must win on Monday, and then you must win Monday again, and then you must win on Tuesday. So if you lose this game, it's not that your season is over, but the mountain to climb becomes that much more tougher because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row that you must win to head to the state tournament in Jamestown.
Yeah, neither of those teams want to be in that situation, but if there is a team that could end up doing that, it's probably whoever doesn't come out victorious in this game because both of these are quality teams.
2 balls, 2 strikes on the way. If you win this game, well, then all of a sudden you don't really have to worry about much tomorrow because you got 1 game at 11 o'clock in the morning. Then you're going to see the 4 teams in the losers bracket pick off each other 1 by 1. Then you'll play at 5 o'clock on Monday. Here's the 2-2. That'll miss. So that's how large this game is. If you win this game, only 1 game you have to worry about tomorrow. Then bare minimum, you know you're one of the top 3 teams remaining, and you know you're guaranteed to get to Monday. Here's the full count on the way. Trey Huzard awaits in behind the plate. Jack Wold hits one deep to left field on a pop-up, and then Westland comes in, does a nice job gloving that one, and Huzard now has retired 7 consecutive batters as we head to the top of the 6th inning. 3 up, 3 down here on our Bank North scoreboard.
Red River Valley Speedway, what a great place to let your heart race. Excitement second to none. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun.
Get ready for racing this Friday night at 7 at the Red River Valley Speedway. Family fun for everyone. Sponsored by Performance Auto, Valley Green & Associates, and Vizzy. For details, log on to redrivervalleyspeedway.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Top of the 6th inning we go here. Northern Cass will be sending their 2, 3, and 4 batters to the plate, and they would love to do that at least one more time, which means runners would get on base and a chance to score some runs. Well, for Kindred, you're just saying, hey, this is the last time you want to see Hoyland and Huzar. Maybe you add a run in the 6th inning and then find a way to get to tomorrow morning for some baseball. Chase Miller, Josh Boyko with you here from a gorgeous day here in Castleton. It's been in the 70s to 80 degrees, mostly sunny skies throughout the day. It's been about as perfect of weather you could ask for, Josh, for some baseball, albeit we did have some showers that moved it back about 15 to 20 minutes from the morning for this field to get ready.
Yeah, I mean, we pushed this back a day already with the rain that came on Wednesday this week, but it's been a flawless day today for baseball, and the summer is upon us.
The 0-1 pitch on the way. This one will be in the dirt now, 1-1. Also a nice day for racing at the Red River Valley Speedway as those races got underway at 7. Also a fun time when you can get out to 8 and check out the Norman County Raceway as well for some of our racing on the radio on our R&J Broadcasting Sports properties, as this will be out of the zone now, 2-1. Speaking of racing right now, Northern Cass trying to race their way to a couple runs. Well, the Vikings trying to race their way to get a couple more outs and trying to get to the 7th as quickly as possible. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the way to Hoyland, who's 0 for 2 so far today with a pop-out and a grounder to Wold his last time up in the 4th inning. 2-2 pitches in the dirt. Hoyland will run this one over to first, and Whipple's throw to Andel in time for the strikeout. That's the second punch-out for Owen Hoyme on the mound here today. Trey Huzar will dig in now. A walk his last time up was stranded at second base to end the top of the 4th inning. Any threat there from Northern Cass?
You said that was the second strikeout?
That's the second strikeout from Hoyme. As this is foul back, he has 9 grounders today so far through 16 outs.
Usually when you think of domination in high school pitching, it's probably you're just blowing it by them or you're striking out a lot of batters, but this is a whole different kind of domination right here that Hoyme's got going on.
He saw 3 batters in the first. Technically saw 4 batters before Hoppy was picked off at first base, a 3 up, 3 down third. And then the 4th inning saw 5 batters to the plate, and the 5th inning 5 batters to the plate as well. So 2-1 upcoming here in the top of the 6th on the way to the number 3 batter to Trey Huzar, as this one will miss out of the zone at 3-1. And to your point, Josh, as much as give credit to Hoyme to hitting his spot, hitting his locations, give credit to a lot of the infielders here today for making some routine plays look easy and the difficult plays look really quality here on the 3-1 to Huzar, and this will be the walk. But if there's one thing that's been maybe the Achilles heel here of Hoyme as of late, he walked Jag in the 4th, walked 2 of them in the 5th, and now 1 free pass here in the 6th. The question is, when will a free pass come back and haunt the Vikings here?
Yeah, they say that about 50% of leadoff walks in baseball come around to score, and probably even a little bit higher in the high school levels, but he was able to get a first out before allowing that walk, and he's been able to just scatter those free passes effectively wild in some cases, but it's really not that wild at all because he's been able to rebound and not have anything spiral on him today.
Here's the pick throw, and this one nearly gets by Andel. No balls, 1 strike on the way to Carter Waits, and 0 for 2 today. Did reach base on an error by Spellhog his last time up in the 4th. Third batter here in the top of the 6th inning. Winner plays the Squirrels tomorrow morning at 11. There's the 0-1 pitch. This will be in the dirt behind. The loser of this game will make their way and play at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon against the Oaks Tornadoes. Win this game, just have to worry about 1 tomorrow. Lose, then you got to win 2 to keep your season alive tomorrow here in Castleton. Here's the 1-1. That'll be out of the zone at 2-1, and you can sleep a little better if you win this game, Josh, knowing, hey, we're playing Monday no matter what happens tomorrow at 11.
Yeah, it's a real great feeling knowing that you've got this win secured, and it just gets your team in a lot more comfortable position, a little bit less nerves probably going throughout the rest of the tournament, knowing that you've just taken down either the 3 or the 2 seed, whoever comes out on top of this.
3-1 upcoming on the way here as Hoyme trying not to allow another free pass here to the Jags. 3-1 will be in the dirt. Runner does go. Trey Huzar, he'll round second. Here's the throw to third, and Huzar will get there. He was running on the pitch, so it's a walk to Wadeson. Then on the wild pitch, Huzar will go from first to third. So runners at the corners now with 1 down, and this is the best situation as we got a courtesy runner coming on at first base here for Northern Cass. That'll be Itzo.
And this is maybe just exactly what the Jaguars needed right here. Just advance deeper into this ball game and maybe fatigue Hoyme out a little bit. He hasn't been able to miss bats consistently, but he hasn't had to. But now, once you've seen it a few times, maybe there's a little bit more contact that the Jags can make in this next time through the order. Now you've got a threat cooking with runners at the corners.
Northern Cass, here's the delayed steal going down to second base will be Itzo. So now all of a sudden runners in scoring position. It's an 0-1 count to Sam Clement, who's 0 for 2 today. But Northern Cass, the old adage, it just takes 1. That's what they're trying to do here, at least get 1 run across in the top of the 6th inning. The 0-1 pitch, that'll miss out of the zone for a ball at 1-1. For the Vikings, once they get to the bottom of the 6th, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 batters with Bryce Whipple leading it off. The question is, will it still be a 3-0 score as the infield comes in? This is going to be jammed pop-up. Spellhog trying to hope that that one stays in play, but that one will go on top of the dugout, and it will be strike number 2. So a large batter here from both perspectives. Hoyme looking for a punch out and out to get the second out of the game. Northern Cass, if you're going to get an out, it needs to be a productive out. As right now they only have 5 more to give. So if you are going to give up an out, it needs to be a fly ball to the outfield somewhere to try to be a sacrifice fly variety.
Yeah, with how good Hoyme is, you cannot leave all of the run production to come in the 7th inning. You've got to get these 2 runners in here to think you've got a decent shot in the 7th inning. So this is a big at-bat for Clement and for Northern Cass. Got to get both of these in by the end of the inning.
Huzar at third, Itzo at second. The batter is Clement. 1-2 pitch on the way from Hoyme. This is going to be hit to right field, and that's going to be down for a base knock. Bolosky comes in and cuts it across. Then it gets by him. Sam Johnson waves the runner from second in, so it's going to be a bases-clearing base knock for Clement, and just like that, it's a 1-run ball game.
There it goes right there, and like you said, just takes one. Is that going to just break it open now and unlock the Northern Cass bats? Finally, Clement comes through. And he does it with just 1 out, and he trades places with a runner at second. So the tying run now in scoring position for Northern Cass as they just trail by 1.
So there's the RBI for Clement, and then you had the error by Bolosky as that got by him. So good job by Swenson to actually back up the play, because otherwise we could be talking about Clement possibly at third base right now, Josh. But still, as you alluded to, the go-ahead run comes to the plate, and the tying run in scoring position here with the 0-1 count upcoming to Hoppy. So top of the 6th inning, and all of a sudden got ourselves not so much a brand new ball game, but one that's become a whole lot tighter. Spellhog will come in charge. There's the big right-handed throw. Not in time. It's an infield single on the way for Hoppy, and the Jags have the go-ahead run on first base.
This is just changing the entire complexion of this ball game right now. The fielding has been near perfect to this point for Kindred, but you see that air out in right field from Bolosky that allowed some extra bases, and now you've got runners at the corners with just 1 out. The tying run at the corner, a huge rally here from Northern Cass, but they can't be finished.
So you got runners at the corners here with 1 out. Hoppy at first, runner at third base stands in Clement. He is the tying run. First pitch swinging, this one's going to be hit to Wold at short. Wold gets 1 out for sure. They try to get 2, not in time. And the Jags have tied this game at 3 apiece. Clement comes in to score. Hoppy is recorded out at second, and Colin Mitchell reaches base on the fielder's choice, and it's 3-3.
That's about as smooth a turn as you are going to see in high school baseball at shortstop right there. Wold does a great job with that sidearm flip to second base to even get that 1 out right there, because that could have spelled trouble and just more spiraling this inning. But Northern Cass will absolutely take that. You've got the tie that you were looking for, a 3 spot in the 6th inning.
Well, now what it does, too, is OC for Shirley will be coming back to the plate one more time, and potentially Hoyland and Huzar. As we said, Josh, if you're Northern Cass, you didn't want them to come up one more time when it was the 5th inning. You want them to come up twice, because that means at least runners are getting on base and you're moving the lineup, which would presume to say there's going to be some runs coming in, and that's what they've been able to do here with a 3 spot so far in the 6th.
Yeah, they successfully put the ball in play right here and moved through the order, and they are going to see that top of the order come back to the plate come the 7th inning. And they, who knows, they might even have a lead or a chance to go ahead come that 7th inning.
And they've done this with only 3 hits across here against Hoyme. A double and a single here, but a couple of walks. Able to get runners on, and an error so far has allowed the Jags again to tie this one up. Here's the 0-1. Look out, as that one nearly went in the first base dugout here. Had a hot stepper there, and now it's going to be 0-2. Regardless, for Northern Cass, it's been a great inning to tie this one up going to the bottom of the 6th. But we've seen Kindred have some pop in their lineup too, so we'll see what the Vikings can do against Trey Huzar in the bottom half. Here's the 0-2 runner, breaks from first. The throw down to second. This will go off the glove of Trauman. Sliding in safely is Colin Mitchell.
I believe they had him I think they had him at second base right there if the catch is made, but trying to focus on getting that tag down super quick. Just forgot to get the ball as it snow cones a little bit out of the glove.
Now all of a sudden it's a 1-2 pitch here for Hoyme, possibly the biggest pitch of the game all of a sudden, as it's tied at 3 apiece. As the clouds keep making its way on 3, you look to the west, a little more cloud coverage. You look to the east, not a cloud in the sky here in Castleton. Here's the 1-2 offering. This one will run up and in. It's now 2-2. Metzger due up next, the number 9 batter and the center fielder, as Northern Cass has sent 7 batters to the plate here in the inning, the most that they've had against Hoyme today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The go-ahead run by Colin Mitchell stands at second. Hoyme looks in to deliver against Westland. The 2-2 is swung on and missed, and that's the strikeout to retire the Jags here in the 6th. But 3 runs come across off of 2 hits. There was an error and a runner left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 3 here on your liveevent.com.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning for the Vikings, they'll be warming up Jack Wool now a little bit here as they will come out for the Vikings, it looks like. So Jack Wold will come on and get some pitches going. We'll see if that makes a big difference regardless in terms of what happens here. If Wold will come in no matter what in the 6th, or if Kindred can possibly plate a run across or 2, how does that change the complexion with head coach Scott Milbrandt? Regardless, it's a new ball game, if you will, as we're tied for the first time since it was scoreless after 1 inning of play, as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Whipple, Spellhog, and Starcevic, 4, 5, and 6 batters going up against Trey Huzar, who falls behind in the count here to Bryce Whipple, now at 2-0.
Yeah, important for Huzar to get back in the count here and not let a free pass get on as the leadoff man.
Bryce Whipple has got a base knock today with a run scored and a run driven, and hits one down the right field line, and losing his head is Hansen as he runs face first nearly into the chain link fence. He looks to be okay. It's now 2-1. Hansen again in right with Metzger in center, Westland in left. Hoppy at third, Hoyland at short with O.C. at second, Clement at first, and then Waitson, that's Carter, behind the plate. So Bryce Whipple, the 2-1 pitch upcoming from Trey Huzar. This one will go to the backstop now, 3-1. And now you start wondering, too, does possibly extra innings come involved? And extra innings when you get to tournament time, that just starts depleting the pitching staff ever so much more. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. The 3-2 upcoming, that is, to Whipple. 3-2 strike, 3 looking, and Trey Huzar gets his 4th strikeout of the night, his first since the 3rd inning.
Yeah, he comes back in the count right there and gets a much-needed strikeout and a confidence booster as he finally got some run support in that top half of the 6th, and he's got to lock it down and give his team a chance in the 7th.
Grant Spellhog will come up next as this one will miss up for a ball, now 1-0. Spellhog with a single and a run driven in his last time up in the 3rd inning. That was with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This will be in the zone, and all of a sudden you look at Trey Huzar. He's recorded 8 batters in a row out since Spellhog got on board. So Huzar maybe wasn't quite in rhythm in the 2nd and 3rd. He was nibbling around the zone, had a lot of 2-ball, 3-ball counts, got a couple of walks against him, Josh. But since that third inning with Spellhog, you can say Trey Huzar has found a way to get in the zone and find his rhythm here.
Yeah, he's been in a groove through the later innings here. Through innings 2 and 3 when he gave up the runs, just didn't look as sharp. It wasn't swing and miss type stuff, and neither of these pitchers have been missing a ton of bats here, but that's probably more just because of the quality of the lineups that they're facing more than their stuff just not being swing and miss stuff.
The 2-2 breaking ball, well, there's the swing and miss stuff. Back-to-back strikeouts, and that's a big 12-6 breaking ball and the second out of the 6th inning.
We've not seen a breaking pitch move quite like that from Huzar in quite some time, but he picked a good spot for it right there and gets a much-needed punch out, and he's got 2 down, and the bases are empty.
Starcevig will dig in now. Will walk with a run scored back in the second. Swung on and missed now 0-1. In this game, all of a sudden, you start taking a look at maybe some different pitchers, maybe a pinch hitter as this game goes into the 7th if we're still tied, as Huzar is just looking to get better and better since, as we alluded to, that 3rd inning, Josh. He's just getting a little more to what we saw him pitch in Kindred a few weeks ago.
You can see he's feeling it right now. He wanted that ball back right away.
The 0-2 popped up, skied Wadeson and Huzar. Huzar calls everybody off for Clemens to come in and get the out. And another 3-up, 3-down inning here for Northern Cass. So 10 straight batters have been retired via Trey Huzar, and another 3-up, 3-down inning. He did it in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and back in the 1st. We're tied at 3 as we head to the top of the 7th. Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet Smartstrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, Smartstrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for Smartstrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
As the lights have come on here in the top of the 7th inning in Castleton, and we have a new pitcher. On Hoyme is done with 6 innings of work, 3 hits. He gave up 3 runs, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts, as Jack Wold will come on and pitch here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and Hoyme makes his way to right field. So a new pitcher in the game here for the Vikings, as Wold, going back to his performance against Northern Cass a few weeks ago, had a pretty good overall performance, Jack, even though, Josh, even though they lost 5-1 against the Jakes. Here's the 1-0 foul, and this will be out of the zone now, 1-1.
Yeah, Wold had a solid outing, and the Kindred defense is a big part of what they do, and eventually it let Hoyme down a little bit, but we'll see if they can hold it down for Wold and what he can do in this 7th inning.
The 1-1, that'll be out of the zone at 2-1. For the Vikings, they will be sitting the bottom of the order, and there's 7, 8, and 9 batters up in the bottom half of the 7th. For the Jags, it's 9, 1, and 2 here. The 2-1 pitch, that'll miss in. Now 3-1, and sometimes, you talk about momentum in sports and different things. Baseball more really game to game, because if you go up against a pitcher, they can take yesterday's momentum and throw it right out the door. As this one's going to be hit to left center field. That's going to split the gap. McDonald and Swenson give chase. That goes all the way to the wall. Rounding first. Metzger on his way to second. He will hold up there. It's a leadoff double in the top of the 7th inning here for Northern Cass.
Well, you were just talking about the momentum. I think we know which club has it right now.
Yeah, that's a good base knock from the number 9 batter here as Metzger will get a high 5, and he will get to second base, get his helmet back on, and now it's the top of the lineup here for the Jags where they can swing away, they can play the small ball. Do you play for the get the go-ahead run across and see if Huzar can throw the complete game? So a lot in Sam Johnson's back pocket here as Whipple will come out with the signs to make sure that Wold is good to go.
Yeah, and we talked with Mr. Metzger over there at second base after the conclusion of our last game, and he certainly doesn't lack any confidence. He's playing really well right now, and he's done it from the mound, he's done it in the field, and he's doing it at the plate right now, and he is fueling his team to victory.
A good spot for the number 9 batter. Sometimes those number 9 batters can be even bigger table setters. Perfectly dented ball. This one goes over the second baseman, Trom. Coming in to score will be Metzger. Staying put at first base is OC. OC deadened the ball about 4 feet in front of home plate. By the time Whipple came in to grab the baseball, Trom was coming across. He had to climb the ladder, unable to get there. So coming in to score will be Metzger, and OC will get on first. And for the first time tonight, Northern Cass has a lead on our Bank North scoreboard against the Vikings.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate error right there for Kindred, but the bunt was dropped down by OC, and he was able to keep it fair just a couple feet in front of the plate, forced a perfect throw, and it was not perfect, so he's able to reach.
This one in there for a strike to Hoyland, now 0-1. Chris 0 for 3 today. So that's a tough one from a Viking perspective, but from a Northern Cass perspective, now it's time to get greedy. You're up by 1. How many more runs can you get here in the top of the 7th? The 0-1 pitch, that'll be out of the zone at 1-1.
Yeah, we might see Sam Johnson put the runner OC in motion here to try and get another guy in scoring position with less than 2 outs.
This is the thing, as Spellhog is playing a good 10 to 15 feet in front of third. There goes the runner. Here's the throw to the shortstop, and this will go all the way to center field. So OC will go from first to third as the throw from Whipple got by Wold and Trom into center, and OC now stands 90 feet away from home plate.
And the thing that we saw carrying Kindred to that 3-0 lead and holding it is starting to break a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, there were 0 errors in the first 3 innings. Since then, there's been 4 here on the board for the Vikings as the infield comes in with no outs and the 2-1 pitch to Hoyland. This one will miss low for Jack Wold, so Wold comes on, gives up a double, then the error by the catcher Whipple to bring in the runner Metzger, and then the stolen base, then the throwing error to get to center field allows OC to stand at third, and here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Big strike on the way for Wold, and he's would love one more of those swings by Hoyland to get the first out of the 7th.
Yeah, Hoyland was aiming for the American flag at the top of the right center field scoreboard with that swing.
A 3-2, that'll miss. Now he puts some brace runners on. Some wheels will come on here. And Northern Cass, kind of like your old RC hot rods back in the day, kind of putting some speed on the base pass here, Josh.
Yeah, wind it up and let it go is Hoyland will be at first and probably off and running pretty quickly here.
So Hoyland at first base. OC stands at third. Here's the pitch on the way to Trey Huzar. First pitch swinging. Huzar hits one to right. Hoyme is there as he keeps tracking back towards the warning track. Able to glove it. Here comes the throw. Hoyland will make his way all the way to second base. It's a sacrifice fly for Huzar, and the Jags have now a 2-run lead.
Big time productive out right there from Huzar. He got a pitch he liked and he didn't miss it. That's a pitch that you could get to the pull side right there. It was pretty middle. And Huzar didn't quite get enough to get it out of here, but he'll still take that. He's got himself a 2-run lead if he heads back out to the mound at this point.
So OC comes in to score. Hoyland with a really good base running there play, Josh. The ball was right in front of him, so he tagged that first, seen where Hoyme was going to go, and once the ball went behind him, he immediately beelined for second, and that's a large runner that stands at second base.
Yeah, definitely right, and just a smart base running play. When that throw comes all the way in when they're trying to cut it down, you should be able to advance 90 feet, and that's exactly what he did.
So calling time was Carter Waitson before Wold looked back the runner at second. It's now 5-3 Northern Cass, their largest lead of the game. They've done all their scoring here in the 6th and the 7th innings. This is going to be smashed down the left field line, and that one is going to be hooking foul. I just feel like Northern Cass, the old pass the baton, pass the bat down the line, and everyone's just beaming with confidence. Not so much that they weren't in the first 3 to 4 innings, Josh, but you could just tell Hoyme was in his zone, and all of a sudden they got that first run across. I can taste it a little bit here.
Yeah, they're coming into the dugout and saying, hey, let's trade places at second base right now, and they believe with every ounce of will in their body that they can do it.
Carter waits in with a walk his last time up. Itzo came in to score on the courtesy runner. This one is hit up the third base line. Spellhog is going to see this one. It's going to roll all the way to third. Oh, when it is going well, it's going well. Spellhog would have had no way to get Waitson out, even if he barehanded and threw it over to first. So he says, you know what, let's see it roll about 15 feet. And that was perfect executed here as Itzo will come back on after the infield base knock for Waitson, who couldn't draw it up any better than that.
As the song says, when it rains, it pours.
And Northern Cass has done all the damage here in the 7th after a double, an error, a walk, a sacrifice fly, and a single. So everything, Josh, has been to the benefit of Northern Cass, even with that sacrifice fly.
Just a complete turnaround from what we saw in the first 5 innings. It did not look like.
Here's the suicide squeeze. Coming in to score from third will be Hoyland. They go to first, but a perfectly executed suicide squeeze by Sam Clement. It works out to perfection. It's now 6-3 Northern Cass. So Clement works the squeeze, and that was not the safety, that was the suicide variety there on the way here for Clement. And Josh, as you alluded to, when it rains, it pours, and that's exactly what it's doing. Not figuratively, but for the Jags, that's what it's doing right now in terms of scoring.
Yes, and I mean, they've put up a 3-spot in back-to-back innings now, and they've not only gotten the run support for Trey Huzar, but they've also given him 3 runs of insurance as they head to the bottom half. Just this game got flipped on its head in a matter of a half inning.
Itzo on at second base, breaking ball over for a strike. To your point, the Jakes put 7 batters in the 6th inning and 7 batters here in the 7th inning that they've sent to the plate so far. Hoppy with 2 singles so far here today. The 0-1 pitch. This one will one hop all the way to the backstop here. Gets by Whipple, and I'll make it 1-1. So if you're Kindred, the old... Well, how far is it? You're tied the game for Northern Cass, unable to score a run in the bottom half. Now you're not down by 1, 2, or now you're down by 3. You will have the bottom of the lineup, so if they can be your table setters, you'll have the right guys to try to drive them in. But an awfully large run stands at third, the 1-1. Breaking ball, that'll be out of the zone. Now at 2-1, and you know a 2-2 on the way, and you know that Trey Huzar will be trying to complete the complete game upcoming here, Josh, as no one is warming up in the bullpen here for Northern Cass. This one swung on and missed, and there's the strikeout as Hoppy is retired. First punch out in relief for Wool, but Northern Cass plates 3 runs across here off of just 2 hits. There was 2 errors and a runner left on base. A new score on our Bank North scoreboard. Northern Cass leads it by 3 on YourLiveEvent.com.
You're feeling that spring sensation, and that means it's time to put a spring in your step over to Mayport Hardware. They've got it all, the seeds, soil, pots, and garden tools you need to make your green thumb glow. If you're spring cleaning, pick up some paint or rakes to spruce up your home and yard. They also have appliances to put that tax refund to good use, and the bikes and lawnmowers, they're just ready to roll out the door. Keep that spring sensation at Mayport Hardware, Trail County's Hardware Hank on Main Street in Mayville.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Coming up, we'll get to our Petro Stopping Center post-game show. We'll hear from a victorious player in this one. That and more is still to come here on YourLiveEvent.com. But, Josh, what a turnaround, right? 2 runs in the first with the Vikings. The second, that is, a run in the third. They were humming going to the top of the 6th inning. It was 3-0. Now all of a sudden Northern Cass came up to the plate, got some runs across, and all of a sudden it's now Kindred for the first time batting, trailing in this game as Hess will come on here and hit for Andy Trump.
Yeah, I mean, through the middle innings it was Huzar starting to find his rhythm, but he had no run support.
Yep.
He's got it now and then some. Can he continue on that hot streak he's on of retiring multiple straight batters?
Well, Trey Huzar has recorded 11 straight via out in some way of a strikeout, a fly out, a ground out in any capacity. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 7, 8, and 9 batters due up for the Vikings. Kindred needs at least 3 in the 7th. Otherwise, they will play the Oaks Tornadoes in a loser-out game tomorrow. If they can get 3 here in the 7th, well, at least means extras. If they score 4, the Vikings then would play the Central Cass Squirrels, and the same holds true for Northern Cass. Just flip it. Here's the 2-1 offering. Big swing there by Hess. It's now 2-2.
This is the Huzard that we thought we were going to see for the entirety of the game, but Kindred's lineup in the 2nd and 3rd proved to be very difficult to navigate, but he's in his rhythm now.
2-2 pitch, strike 3 looking, and the last 3 of the 4 batters have been via the strikeout here for Huzar, his 6th strikeout of the evening. Northern Cass all of a sudden 2 outs away from heading to that semifinals tomorrow against Central Cass at 11 o'clock. Last season, in that particular first of the semis, was Central Cass and Oak Grove. Northern Cass looking for a little payback against Kindred-Richland, who ended their season last year 6-4 before it was the final 3 teams remaining. So 1 ball, 1 strike on the way to Jack McDonald. He has a single with an RBI back in the 2nd. This one's going to be hit on the ground. Hoyland is there, but coming across him is Hoppy at 3rd, and this one goes up the first baseline. McDonald rounds first on his way to 2nd. Clemens throw into 2nd. Got him! Oh, what a play by the catcher, Clement. Clement throws a rope to Osi, and he gets McDonald out at 2nd.
That was unbelievable right there. What a strike from the catcher, following that up the first baseline, covering on the wild throw and a dart to 2nd base. What a costly base running mistake, but more so just an incredible throw.
So Wadeson was able to back up the play. That is first pitch swinging on the way as Hoyme hits one to Osi, and that'll do it. That'll retire the Vikings here. And Northern Cass with a comeback win in a contest that finishes 1 hour and 40 minutes here today from Kindred. Northern Cass picks up the win, 6 runs compared to the Vikings 3. The winning pitcher is Trey Huzar. The losing pitcher will be Wold in relief. Again, how about that particular play just moments ago as Hoyme is retired on the last batter there. As for the Vikings, they will go down 3 up and 3 down here in the 7th inning. So Northern Cass picks up the win, and in doing so has a date with Central Cass tomorrow at 11 in the semifinals. A comeback win for the Jags, while Kindred will play Oaks at 1:30 in the semifinals. The difference, quite truthfully, in this one, well, it was the 6th and 7th innings, but Carter Wadeson that was threw an absolute bullet to Osi at 2nd after that ball got by Clement and Wadeson. Hey, we talked to Sam Johnson earlier in the season talking about how, the catcher just does so many things right for Northern Cass, and he was able to do it there on that particular play, backing up the play, not giving up on it, and threw an absolute bullet to 2nd to Osi to retire this side. Stay tuned with us. We'll hear from the victorious Northern Cass player. We'll maybe see if we can get Sam Johnson up here. That and more is still to come on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
High school baseball here on YourLiveEvent.com. A final as we head to our Petro Stopping Center's post-game show. Petro Stopping Center, let them roll out the red carpet treatment and treat you like a king, whether it's their mouth-watering food, to a Cinnabon, to Papa John's Pizza, to a juicy cheesesteak, or that lovely chicken from Popeyes. Check it all out at the Petro Stopping Center or the Dolly Down restaurant today here for our Petro Stopping Center post-game show. And a contest that goes an hour and 40 minutes. Northern Cass with 6 runs across, all of them scored in the final 2 innings as they were able to muster 5 hits in this one. They committed 2 errors and left 6 runners on. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, or for the Kindred Vikings, that is 3 runs, 3 hits, 4 errors in this one, and 3 runners left on base. Trey Huzar with 7 innings of work, 3 hits against, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Also got a big sacrifice fly as well. And we will hear from the men when we come back after this part of our post-game show next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Maddox, Page, and Castleton. Or visit our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
As we come back here on our post-game show, there's the waving golden locks underneath the helmet and the hat, and Trey Huzar. A complete game win for Trey. First and foremost, Trey, obviously you knew it was going to be a tight game with the Vikings. Runs were hard to come by early. Hoyme is dealing on one side. You're trying to find your rhythm a little bit after the second and the third. What changed in that 5th to 6th inning where you obviously got going on the mound, but you started stringing at good quality at bats as well against Hoyme and Wold? What kind of changed from your perspective?
You know, it was kind of our mindset. The first 3-4 innings, we were kind of mellow and flat and didn't have a great sense of urgency. I walked a couple guys in that 2nd or 3rd inning or whatever it was, which is kind of uncharacteristic at times, but it happens. I'm just happy my teammates were there to pick me up.
And let's talk about the play there where Carter Wadeson, you have the throwing error, but Wadeson able to come up and back the first baseman Clement, able to retire a rope to OC. Just talk about what does Carter do behind the plate for you as a catcher, but also in a play like that to get the second out and really, if you will, put the nail in the coffin in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Carter kind of calms me down, you know. He knows me very well, knows my pitch mix very well, knows what confidence I have in each pitch. There's times where I've got a grip in my hand and he puts the fingers down, and we're on the same page most of the time. The play in the last inning, he does it every time there's a put out to first. It just happened to be the time that there was a throwing error, and he made a great throw, happened to be in a crucial position, and I thank him so much for that.
What does it mean this season with this group of guys to know bare minimum you're playing on Monday, obviously a large game tomorrow to really put yourself in a quality, really good situation, but you know you got Saturday, you know you got Monday, you know you got a couple of games in hand. What does it mean for this year's club to get to this point in the Region 1 semifinals?
You know, it's a testament to the work we put in. Last year we lost to Castleton in this exact game. Wasn't great, didn't feel good. Bad taste in all our mouths. Keegan's assistant coaching, he still probably has that taste in his mouth. Then we went to lose to Kindred in the double elim losers bracket, and that really hurt. That was the big motivator for this game, is to get a little bit of revenge. But we know the job's not finished. We put in a ton of work this year, this off season, and are ready to show it.
Final thing for you, Trey. What's the next? Let's see here. It's 8 o'clock, so you got 15 hours when you're back on the diamond again. What's it going to be like for you guys to get ready for the Squirrels?
You know, I'm hoping we stop at Dairy Queen after this. I don't know the realisticness of that, but it's a good night's sleep, good eats, and get ready tomorrow.
Snow cone, blizzard, what do you got?
Blizzard, probably.
Okay. Sam, they want to go to Dairy Queen. Awesome. Thanks so much, Trey, and best of luck tomorrow. We'll continue on our post-game show after this.
Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
Let's recap this one here on our Petro Stopping Center's postgame show. It's now time to get to our RDK Enterprises feature Precision Play the Contest. RDK Enterprises, they wish you a happy spring planting season, and for those that you are done, they thank you for your business. And for more on precision planting, visit planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. As Northern Cass picks up the win here today, 6-3. So here's how the bracket is going to look as we get to our RDK Enterprises feature Precision Play the Contest. And again, it goes back to the 7th inning. At one particular time, you had the throwing error from Hoppy. Wadeson able to back up Clement, throws an absolute bullet to second to OC to retire McDonald via the air. That is our play of the game. And also at one particular moment, Trey Huzar retiring 11 consecutive Viking batters from the end of the third to the top of the 7th inning. So here's how the bracket will look like tomorrow. In our semifinal, winner heads to the championship on Monday, loser heads to a loser-out game on Monday afternoon. It's Central Cass and it's Northern Cass after Central Cass defeated Oak Grove 18-0. 1:30, it'll be Oaks and Kindred in a loser-out game. Winner plays at 6:30. Then at 4, it's Oak Grove against Enderlin and another loser-out game, and the winner heads to 6:30. So a semifinal, and then we'll get to 3 consecutive loser-out games after that. So that is a look at what the bracket will be upcoming. For Northern Cass here in this one, OC goes 0 for 4 with a run scored and a stolen base. Chris Hoyland in this one goes 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Trey Huzar in this one with a sacrifice fly. A couple of walks with a run scored as well. That is, again, in the batter's box. Trey Huzar, complete game, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Carter Wadeson able to get on base 3 times. Itzo comes in to score once via the courtesy runner for him. Wadeson goes 1 of 2 today, 1 of 3 today with a walk and a single. Sam Clement with a double with a run scored. That was back in the 6th inning. Matthew Hoppy with a single in the 2nd and a single in the 6th inning as well. Colin Mitchell reached base on a fielder's choice, got on base and got to a stolen base. Carter Westland with a walk and a stolen base here. And then Matthew Metzger with a leadoff double in the 7th. Came in to score, had a walk as well in the 5th. For Kylan Swenson goes 0 for 3 for Kindred, while for Stanley Boloski goes 0 for 3 but does score a run in the 3rd. Jack Wolf goes 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. Bryce Whipple with a single. Hess came into courtesy run and score. It was 1-3, 1-3 for Whipple. Spellhog 1 of 3 with a run driven in. Starcevic with a walk with a run scored. Trom goes 0 for 1 with the walk. Hess goes 0 for 1. Jack McDonald ends up going 1 of 3. And Hoyme with a sacrifice fly. He goes 0 for 1 with a run driven in. So that is a quick wrap on our Petro Stopping Center's post-game report here today in Castleton. The Petro Stopping Center, for a feast fit for a king, head on over to 45th Street and I-94 in Fargo. So join us tomorrow for the Region 1 softball tournament on YourLiveEvent.com. Jake Berkmeyer and alongside with Josh Boyko will be making their way down to Hankinson. First game gets underway at 10 o'clock in the morning for all 4 games in Hankinson. We have 4 games upcoming from Mayville State tomorrow, a couple of games in Region 2 softball tomorrow from Thompson and Grafton, and all 4 games right here on Your Live Event in Castleton for the Region 1 baseball tournament. On behalf of Josh Boyko, I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning into our broadcast, and join us tomorrow at about 10:40 for the pregame show between Northern Cass and Central Cass in the semifinals. Then we go from 6 teams down to 3 as we get ready for that final 3 teams on Monday. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, and join us tomorrow for some more baseball and softball here on YourLiveEvent.com.